Spalding, and we're at South Holland District Council. Yet again, Job Centre Plus is in the council building. Seems to be quite a popular thing for these parts, for the Job Centre to be inside the local council building rather than have its own separate office. Something I did notice when I arrived was this red flag here, which only has the Union flag in the upper right hand corner, which is interesting. So I don't know what that flag actually is. Yeah, you can see that's there with the Union flag just in the corner of it. So if any of you know what that flag is, do let me know. And then you've got the Holland District Council flag, which is half-mast for some reason. So this is South Lincolnshire. We've got a missing person. So if anybody knows or recognises this person, knows of their whereabouts. They've been missing since the 4th of October 2021. So coming up to a year now, 11 months it's been. The poster's still up, so I'm assuming that they're still missing. If anybody has any information on that one, do let South Holland District Council know, or Spalding Police. I'm sure they'd love to hear from you. So yeah, you've got the South Holland District Council opening hours and the JCP opening hours there. Oh, the door's trying to close on me. There we go. Now let's see if it will reopen. There we go. So they have the citizens advice.
Before this encounter begins, here's the situation. A cameraman walks into a public government building in Spalding, inside the offices of South Holland District Council, where Job Centre Plus also operates. What should be a normal visit quickly turns into a tense argument about filming rights. But as the camera keeps rolling, the conversation reveals something even more interesting.
That metal sign, I think the reflection, you can't really get it on the camera. This roll of honour was unveiled in the drill hall by Lieutenant Colonel J.E. Fletcher on the 11th of November 1952 and moved to this location on the 10th of November 1991. Beautiful. The memorial plaques dedicated to PTE Samuel Warboys and PTE Gordon Shield was unveiled by Councillor F. Fretwell, Chairman of South Holland District Council, on the 11th of May 2003, in the presence of Major General R.E.J. Gerard Wright, CB, CBE, DL, and members of the Royal Lincolnshire and Royal Anglian Regimental Association. This one's in memory of 22509-636 PTE G Shield, the Royal Lincolnshire Regiment serving with the King's Shropshire Light Infantry, career 20th of July 1952, age 19. And this one's PTE S Warboys, the Royal Lincolnshire Regiment, Egypt, 20th of January 1952, age 19. Wow. There you go.
Yeah, can I ask what you're actually doing?
Pardon?
What are you doing?
Who are you, sorry?
Security.
Oh, security?
Yeah.
GBSG, I've not heard that company before.
Well,
fair enough.
That's mine.
Fair enough, cool. I'm just making a video.
Yeah, well, what though?
Here.
Because you're supposed to get permission to take pictures in here.
From who?
Well, from the council.
But
If you have a word with reception, they would point you in the right direction.
is this a public place?
It's a public place, yes.
No,
you still have to-
you don't need
yes,
permission.
you do. You still have to abide by the rules.
Of course you don't.
Yes, you do.
You don't need permission to take photos in a public place, sir.
Yes, you do.
Of course you don't.
I think you need to learn the law.
Okay. Have you got CCTV
we
cameras in here? You have?
Yes.
Have you got my permission?
Don't need it. Got signs up. If you don't want to come in when CCTV's in here, that's up to you.
Okay, so if you're walking down the street and I'm taking a photo, is that in a public place? Do I need your permission?
That's fine, no.
Exactly, because
This
it's
is
a public
building.
place.
This is a building.
It's still a public place.
It doesn't matter. There's people in here.
Right here, the disagreement begins. Security claims filming requires permission, while the auditor insists it doesn't in a public access building. This type of misunderstanding happens often when internal policy gets confused with actual law. Instead of a calm discussion, the situation immediately becomes confrontational.
Information here, on display for the
Go
public.
and get permission.
Why do I need permission?
Because you need permission. That's what they say. All right. Now go and get permission.
I'll tell you what,
Move out of the way.
if you're going to call the police, all they're going to do is they're going to come eventually after a long time and they're going to say, he's in a public place, like,
they will throw you out.
and they won't, they have no authority to.
Try googling it and then see what they say. About
Googling it, I
public
have
property.
life experience of it. You think I don't do this
And
a
you don't
lot?
think I've done this since I was 19?
Right, what, and the police come and throw people out, do they?
I've had them 3 times already.
What, they've come and physically removed
Yes,
someone?
Twice from here, once
Well, that's
from the
illegal.
job centre over the road.
But that's illegal.
No, it's not.
It is.
It's not. If you ask the police, they will tell you that you abide by the rules of a building.
Right.
Outside, not a problem. You abide by the rules of the road. In here, you apply by the rules of the building. So,
Oh,
if I
dear.
were you, I'd go and have a word before you start shouting your mouth off.
No, I'll wait for the police if you're going to call the police, that's fine. But, so we've got South Holland District Council, Chairman of the Council. I'm not going anywhere, so that's fine.
Nor am I.
Well, how are you going to call the police from there?
The reception are already doing it.
Oh, so you said that I need to leave or you'll call the police, but they're already doing it. So that was a bit cheeky, wasn't it? If you're already calling the police.
Don't worry about that. If you think you're in the right, you've got no problems, have you?
Well, I haven't. At most, actually, no, I'm not even going to go there because you haven't even got to that point yet. So, no need to be like. I literally come in. I haven't disrupted anyone. I haven't gone up to anyone.
This is the rules
I've
of
come
the
to take
building. I
pictures.
don't care if you've not done anything. This is the rules of the building.
Okay. Where's the nearest police station?
Well, it'd be Spalding.
Oh, there's one in Spalding, is there?
Oh, yeah.
So it won't take them too long to get here. That's all right. then.
Well, because they'll come from Boston, probably.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Oh, why won't they come from Spalding?
because they don't hold the cars at Spalding.
They don't what?
They don't hold the cars at Spalding. They all come from Boston.
Ah, okay. Fair. I've just been over Boston. Interesting. Yeah. It's a beautiful pose.
The auditor brings up an interesting argument. The building itself uses CCTV to record visitors. His point is simple. If the public can be recorded by the building, why should a citizen recording the same public area be treated differently? Whether people agree with him or not, it's a clever way to challenge the rule being enforced.
Okay, guys. Security guard hiding the top secret information on that board there. The information that's clearly on display for people to look at. This must be top secret because he refuses to let me take pictures of it. No point standing there. I've already got a picture of it, so it makes no difference. What's the company? GBSG. What's that stand for?
Thank you.
That's right, no worries.
What does it stand for, Dave?
Huh?
What does it stand for?
What?
GPSJ?
God knows.
God knows. Oh, there we go. There we go, guys. Let me know what you think GBSG stands for. We've already got suggestions of what we think G4S stands for. Let's see what GBSG stands for. So it's okay to take pictures down here, it's just that board that's an issue.
You're not supposed to take pictures in this building.
It's just the way that you're only blocking the board, but you're not stopping me down here. So I just figured it must be just the board that's super important. That's all. Cheers, Dave. Oh, well, I'll be around here somewhere waiting for the police. If you're going to phone them and waste their time, I don't want them looking for me after, so I'll wait for them. The National Market Town Awards. Winner 2004. Interesting. Yeah, so down there is keycard access.
Now the situation escalates. Staff decide to call the police, even though the cameraman is simply standing in a public area filming. Moments like this often happen when employees feel unsure about the rules they're enforcing. Calling authorities shifts the responsibility for the decision to law enforcement.
There you go, so you've got a battery recycling point here at the South Holland District Council, which is good. Very nice. Oh, that's dangerous. Sorry, there's a pair of scissors just laying around here. It's a bit dangerous to just leave them laying around.
Is that?
Yeah. Yeah, you just get them out of the way. You don't want a kid running around with them.
Thank you.
No worries. Oh dear. Public information on display to the public.
No, that's not for public, that's for staff.
Yeah, I know, but it's on display to the public. You know, it's got people's names and like first name, surname, where in service, what they're doing. Pardon?
You're not.
Well, right now I am. Yeah, it will
Well,
be.
you
It
shouldn't
would
really
be, but they shouldn't be on display to the
But at the
public,
end
should
of the day,
they?
you shouldn't be going around filming.
But
everything,
whether
should you?
if I haven't filmed it, if I've seen it, it's still a breach of GDPR. Whether it's filmed or whether it's seen by eye.
Really, it's not any of your business, is it? Because you shouldn't really be going
Well, it
around
is.
yourself filming, should you?
I can. It's a public area.
It might be a public area, but
Yeah, there you go. So you
you're not
can
given
film in a
permission
public
to go
place.
around filming everything.
You can film in a public place. You can take pictures in a public place, and the council has a duty of care with personal information. I understand that. Lots of places are government buildings.
Yeah, but they don't give you permission to go around filming.
Who is collecting your information? Our legal basis for processing. Who we share information? How long we keep it for? Your rights as a data subject. There you go. Have a look at southholland.gov.uk/privacy, guys, and see if that meets their standards. So funny how people don't seem to understand that the responsibility is on them to make sure that information is not on display in public areas. We've got the Genesis Project Spalding. This is Cultural and Development Centre. They do therapy and relaxing groups.
At this point, the tension feels less about filming and more about authority. The guard blocks the information board from being recorded, even though it's clearly meant for public viewing. Situations like this often turn into a power struggle rather than a discussion about actual rules.
Involving vulnerable people's data visible on computer screens just a few feet away.
So they do one for teenagers and one for adults. Helps you to learn to take care of yourself, clean your mind, help and let other help you. I guess that's meant to say others. Organise your thoughts and emotions, learn priorities and values. That's a good service. So from here on the, so you've got the DWP part down there. You can see people's computer screens on display while they're having appointments with customers, which is again just not good, not okay at all. Quite shocking. So I've got 1, 2, 3 computer screens on display down the row there, which is quite awful. There we go. So yeah, we'll send that to the DWP. That's really, really not good at all. Yeah. So they've got an out of order water cooler. They've got a disabled toilet here, which again seen it before that. If a disabled person falls off the toilet and falls onto the floor, how are they supposed to reach that to ask for help? It's shocking. Absolutely shocking.
Yeah. How you doing, bud?
The bed stuff?
Yeah, not bad. My name's Jason.
Don't do handshakes.
No?
No, I'll do the fist bump. That's fine. It's just I've been riding a motorbike all day. Hands are sweaty and
What bike you got?
just 125.
Just 125, which one?
Yeah. Huh?
What make?
Lex Moto?
Lex Moto? What, LXR, LXS?
No, I got
Family?
Michigan.
Michigan.
Yeah.
Nice.
Cruiser style. You ride, do you?
Yeah, mate, yeah, I've just got, at the moment, my bike is there.
Then something unexpected appears on camera. A sign and register with personal details visible to anyone nearby. Under General Data Protection Regulation, organizations must protect personal information. Ironically, while staff were worried about filming, a possible data protection issue may have been sitting right in front of them.
In the garage.
Fair.
So I hit a fox going around the bend, 60, and oncoming traffic, so I'm not going to go that way.
Yeah.
Turn that way. Obviously, I was already leaning down, tried to miss the fox, but then it's grass verge. As soon as the back wheel went on the grass verge, mate.
High-sided or low-side?
It's done, mate. It's finished. Yeah, it rolled. Went off the over a 4-foot fence.
You're all good
landed on
though?
the neck. Yeah, mate. That's the main important.
Yeah,
thing.
exactly. That's
obviously
it.
Neck and that killed
Yeah.
for a little while, but other than that, like I've come away walking and laughing about it now. So it's the main thing, isn't it?
Yeah,
so,
that's it. Bike's replaceable, you're not.
Exactly that, mate. Exactly that. It's just the panniers. I can get new panniers and it'll look alright. At least it's not been bent. The forks are still fine. The suspension's fine. The wheel's fine. It just looks like a bag of shit.
Bodywork, basically.
Yeah, exactly that.
Fair.
Right, I've been called. Obviously, I know you come here to film. That's perfectly fine. Obviously,
Yeah.
building public building, but just taking pictures of the personal details on the cleaning sheet. If you could just delete them, everything will be kosher.
I won't delete them, I will blur them out, but
Right.
I'm not going to delete them.
What's the purpose of actually having the
I will be sending that information up to the appropriate people in South Holland District Council. The fact that information's being left on display, because whether or not I've taken a photo of it, the fact that it's there and I've seen it is instantly a breach of GDPR, isn't it? It's got people's personal information on it, people that have come here for a business reason. It looked like a sign-in sheet for somebody that's, I don't know, whoever it was, that had their name or organisation and personal information on there.
Yeah.
The council should be keeping secure and shouldn't be left out in a public place.
The main purpose of that would be, obviously, if you were just holding on to that information and blowing it over, then that's when the differences occur. But obviously, if you're going to be sending them up to, if you're obviously essentially going to be reporting that, that's fine. Obviously, as a leak. Okay, but obviously then if you were then going to be putting it up onto like YouTube or anything else like that, then that's when it's...
if it goes online, like I said, I'll blur it out.
That's when obviously why you're giving me an ask to delete it.
Yeah, I'm not going to delete it, but I said I will blur it out. If it does end up going online, I will blur that bit of information out.
Guessing you're recording.
I am recording now, yeah. I'll record any interaction I have when I don't have to, you know. It might be courtesy, but I don't have to. It's quite obvious that you've been reported here because I'm recording in a public place. The reason I continue recording any interaction is I have had very bad interactions, and like what was his name, Dave, the security guard, was a bit angsty at first. I've had a lot worse where people have just come over and started like trying to assault me, grab me and stuff. The camera never stops rolling for that reason. You can see I've got a big old body camera on as well.
Eventually, a calmer staff member steps in, and the tone shifts. Instead of confrontation, the conversation becomes more cooperative. The auditor even explains that any personal information shown in the footage would be blurred if the video is published.
To find out what you're actually doing.
That's fair. Have you let Dave know and the receptionist know that I'm okay to be taking photos and that in here?
Yeah, I mean, me and the receptionist obviously she rang me, so I've let her know that obviously you can. It's a public building. You've got right to enter here and film it as long as obviously it's not personal information.
Again, I can film it.
No, what I'm saying, but if you're going to be doing that in the right way instead of the wrong way, because obviously there's lots of people like you who do this for a reason, and then obviously information gets leaked.
Sure.
Everything else.
So then what you're doing is blaming. Okay, if I were doing it for hostile or reasons that are untoward, then, that would be wrong, but ultimately the responsibility would fall with you, the council, because it shouldn't be on display. It's like
it's not going to be mine, but I respect what you're saying, obviously, and that is right on what you're saying.
Do you work for the council? Do you?
I do, yeah.
So like where I was stood over there, by the reception, looking into the job centre area, I could see 3 computer screens directly that my camera could zoom in on. If they're having an appointment with somebody and they've got all that person's personal information on display, whether or not I'm recording, the fact that I can stand there and I can see, especially the closest computer, you can see it with your eyes, you wouldn't need to zoom in, you know, it's not acceptable. And so I come to and I like to show what's around in your local council, local job centre, local police, whatever it is, stuff that we pay for taxes. I like to video it and show the people what we pay for. If I notice things like that, information out on display, those computer screens on display, I do record it. If it's got people's personal information on it, I'll blur it out, but don't delete it, because then I will also be sending it up to the appropriate places for it to be dealt with.
And have you got the right contact details for that?
No, but I'm sure I can find it online. Just search up South Holland District Council online. I'm sure there will be plenty of information on the Contact Us website to, you know, send it to one person. It's not their department. They forward it on to bounce it where it needs to go.
How long plan on staying there, or is it just until you've had enough? And then
Have they called if this police been called?
No.
No? Okay, then not long then. What I'll probably do next is head outside. I notice you've got a nice glass window, so I might take the drone over and...
so that was actually the only advice that we were giving to the reception. Obviously, if you've been asked to leave and you refuse, then obviously the next port call will be the police being called.
Yeah. See, that's the thing. I've never actually been asked to leave.
No. Obviously, I've said to them, you know, if you need them to leave, then you know they can.
In the end, this encounter highlights a bigger issue: misunderstandings about filming rights and the responsibilities public institutions have to protect data. Situations like this often reveal gaps between policy, training, and public expectations. What do you think? Was the cameraman exposing a real issue or pushing the situation too far? Let us know in the comments. And if you enjoyed real breakdowns like this, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more police and public accountability videos.